doing so great, and they're funding healthcare and college, and their government is.
So I'm starting to think that this woman, well, isn't very smart, but I don't think that. I think she just is out to hurt America, okay? So I'm going to say this again. So one of the things she has continually been bringing up about Israel is they have universal health care. So I've talked about this before. The only place that universal health care can work is it has to be a tiny, tiny, tiny country. It's the only way it can work. Only way. And we don't fund it. Look, so in Israel's the size of New Jersey, so they can do that there. She's making it seem like we're paying for their universal health care. No, every bit of our money, they don't need our money. They don't. The Jews have never needed anybody's money. I think that's, today I was thinking about, I think that's oftentimes why they get persecuted, is because God blesses them. They quickly can always get back on their feet. They do not need money from us. What she doesn't say, and that's why she's harmful to America. I don't think that she should, I think she should be ousted from the house, okay? Because if she's only going to tell half-truths, then she's misleading the American people. The money is it's all military aid, and that money will be through a 10-year period. It's because they are a strategic ally. Again, I'm going to say this. If she got her way and we didn't give them any aid, why would they stay there and just be annihilated? And even if that happened, and it wouldn't, because, well, I mean, they'd leave there, or they'd figure something else out, and because they're not going to leave. But if that did happen, I'm just saying, then her sons, then your sons, would have to go there. It's the truth. The Middle East is too unstable. In order for us to make sure, because we do have threats from the Middle East at us, clearly, they are the buffer. They are our greatest ally because of that. They take these hits. It goes much deeper than that, but they do not need our money. It's for military. We give it to them in military aid to strengthen their Iron Dome, to give them the best military equipment, because they take the hits that we don't have to. But what makes her dangerous is if she got her way and we gave no funding, then they would have no military aid, or they would get it from another country, and that we don't want. We don't want that. Think about it. You don't want, the agreement is they can only get military equipment from us. So everything, every bit of that money is military aid, and it's because it serves our interests. It protects us. And if they weren't there doing it, I guarantee you her damn sons would be there. So would other people's sons, because we would not be able to just have the Middle East and not have any eyes and, ears out there that we know what's going on. Not when we have too many enemies in the Middle East, not everybody, but a lot that want to destroy America. Okay? It just cannot happen. So she spews half-truths to get people to believe that we're just giving them money and they get universal health care. No, none of the money we give them goes to universal health care. They can make their own money. That's why people are always jealous of the Jews, okay? Is because they quickly, I think God blesses them that way, I do. I think it kind of goes along with that Abraham covenant agreement, because no matter what time in history, that's always what people are attacking them for, is because they can make any place flourish. It's just a gift they have, okay? They know how to make money. They don't need our money. It's an agreement we have because they are our ally there. They are our eyes and ears. So we do everything we can to protect them because it's the right thing to do, but so that we don't have to be there, so our military doesn't have to be there. We absolutely, now in Marjorie Taylor Greene's mind, they should be able to be, removed, the Jews, or not have any of our help, and then again, they wouldn't last long. They wouldn't. So, and then what would happen is, whether she likes it or not, even if they had to implement a draft, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but there's no more important place than we would have to be there in the Middle East. With them there, we don't have to. That's the part she doesn't tell you. That's why she's dangerous to this country, because as long as she wants to be a representative, and she most certainly doesn't represent MAGA, because MAGA is supposed to tell the full story. As long as she wants to keep pushing this narrative, it is deliberately to get you to demand that we not send them military aid. And if we did, it would hurt our country, and then our soldiers would have to be there. I mean, this bitch is always talking about no more wars. We're not going into any more war. Okay, well, we would have to have people there. We would have to, because otherwise we wouldn't know what's going on and who could be planning an attack against us. I'm sorry that she doesn't understand these logistics. I'm sorry that she's so misinformed, okay? I'm sorry that she's trying to lead people to believe that we pay for their health care. We don't pay for anything except giving them military equipment. The $3.8 billion, which will be like over 10 years period, I think it comes out to 38. It'll be $38 billion over a 10-year period. But not us giving them money. I keep saying this. We don't hand them money. They don't need money. They can make money on their own. The Jews always have been able to. We give it to them in military equipment. The fact that she has issue with this shows that she hates Israel and she hates America, and she would rather see our troops be there, because that's what would have to happen if we turned our back on Israel. Because do you think if we suddenly said we're not going to give you support anymore, when that's the agreement, because they're our strategic ally? Ask anybody that knows anything about that whole arrangement knows they are a strategic ally for us. That's why. So that we don't have to be there. Otherwise, we would have to have our people be there. So either Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to lead people astray, which that's what she wants to do, or she wants to see her sons have to be over there, so just all because of her hate for Israel. But either way, this is somebody that's just a hateful American that we do not need in the House or the Congress.